This is lesson 7-3, exponential growth and decay.
Let's break down the standard form of exponential functions. A reminder from last lesson that the standard form of any exponential function is y equals a times b to the power of x. In this lesson, we will refer to a as the initial amount and b as the growth or decay factor in the exponential function. We also need to know when b is a growth factor versus a decay factor. When b is greater than 1, we know that b will be a growth factor, or meaning that the function will be increasing throughout. When b is a decay factor, b is a number between 0 and 1. Remember from our last lesson that b is not allowed to be less than 0. b decays or goes down when it is a number between 0 and 1. In essence, a fraction. Let's discuss interest. Do you know what the difference between simple and compound interest is? Simple interest is interest that is calculated one time. We use the formula I equals PRT. Interest equals principal times rate times the time. And to find the new principal, we take the old principal, or what you had before interest was calculated, and add the interest. Compound interest is interest that is calculated more than once in any particular period of time. The formula for compound interest is as follows. Let's break down this formula. P sub 0 is the original principal, or the amount of money that you start with. Rate is something that's usually expressed in a percent in a problem, but needs to be changed to a decimal prior to putting it in the formula. N is the number of compounds that are done over the course of that particular time. And T is the amount of time that interest is calculated over. Here are a bunch of time words. You should write these down, and you should memorize these time words for upcoming word problems. If you have any questions about these time words, you should consult your teacher. Let's take a look at an example. Find the balance in the account given that $10,000 is the original amount. It's compounded 4% annually after 7 years. Pause the video at this point to give yourself a chance to do it on your own. So since interest is compounded annually, we want to use the formula that we were just given. P equals P sub 0 times the quantity 1 plus R to the over N, all raised to the NT power. Plugging numbers in appropriately, the formula looks like this. 10,000 goes in for P sub 0, 0.04 goes in for R, 1 goes in for N, and 7 goes in for T. Plugging this into my calculator gives me 10,000 times 1.04 raised to the 7th power. Notice I divided first on the inside, and I multiplied my exponents on the outside. Now I need to raise 1.04 to the 7th power, and then multiply it by 10,000. My final answer is $13,159.32. If you're having any issues with this particular lesson, please be sure to consult your teacher in class.